Hello, hardworking aspirants. I am Pratyush, and this is Sigara Academy, and we are going to study art and culture. We'll see today the topic modern architecture in Indian history. So, guys, modern architecture, where you'll find some very beautiful monuments like the Victoria Memorial. You'll see the Gateway of India that's built in Mumbai. We'll see Aranya Housing Project and CPT University. But before that, guys, just to inform you, we have the mentorship program for TSPSC 2025-2026 running. And for one-on-one live mentorship, guys, yes, that's is a very big opportunity for you to get the counseling, the mentorship done by none other but Deepika ma'am, having 20 plus years of experience. And this will be the journey from an aspirant to an administrative officer. Call on the numbers given below if you're interested. And also, TSPSC Group 1 and Group 2, guys, the live batches are running for free demo classes. Yes, it's free. You can contact on the numbers given below and check out the demo classes for free, and if you get interested ahead you can get going. So let's get started with our topic today. So we were talking about the modern architecture in India. We have already discussed the Indus Valley civilization, art and architecture. After that we saw Buddhism, Jainism, Islamic, Indo-Islamic art architecture. Then, guys, if you remember, with the advent of Europeans, we will see the Portuguese, and Portuguese bring in India Iberian style. Okay, so we'll see the Portuguese like in Goa, we'll see Saint Cathedral, we'll see Saint Paul's Church in Diu, that were built by the Portuguese, and they display Iberian style. After Portuguese, if you have to see, we can see French, where they have in Pondicherry and Chandanagar respectively made the churches like Sacred Heart of Jesus and Sacred Heart Church. That's in Chandanagar, West Bengal. So, guys, when we talk about the Europeans and Europeans' confluences on India and Indian art and architecture, so the basic and the most uh, evident, if any has to be, then those have to be the Britishers. So we'll see the seed of modernism in the architecture from 1858 to 1947, where we'll see the influence of the British rule, and then Indo-Saracenic architecture, infrastructure and the civic planning. So, guys, let's see the colonial period and the seeds of modernism. Okay, so if you see Victorian or Indo-Gothic style, that is what was very famous. If you check out the timing of the Britishers, introduction of Western styles like the Neoclassical, Gothic revival, and Indo-Saracenic. Okay, Indo-Saracenic, you'll see first use of cement, steel, and cast iron in construction. Because before this, if you see, guys, you'll see marbles, and before that you are just seeing in stoops. If you see, there was wood use, and then you have the half baked and then the full baked bricks. So right now you'll see the use of steel, cement and cast iron in construction, and hybrid of Islamic, Hindu and European elements will be there. Okay, so for a few of the examples, if you want to see Victoria Memorial in Kolkata, Madras High Court in Chennai, Gateway of India in Mumbai, we'll just enlarge the pic a bit and we'll see. If you see some of the features over here, you'll see a upturned dome over here. If you see, along with that, you'll see, guys, you'll have large windows. The windows will be very large, okay, for the ventilation purpose. And you will not see a lot of motifs, a lot of uh, ornamental work done on the front. Okay, like you might have seen in the other architectures that we have seen before, but you will not see that here. Along with that, if you see Gateway of India, guys, and the arches side also, if you will see for the arches also, the arches are more pointed sort of now. Okay, it's not very rounded, rather it's more pointed. And this is one of the Indo Gothic style, that you can say Indo Gothic style. It displays the Victoria Memorial as well as the Gateway of India in Mumbai. Now, infrastructure and civic planning, that is the neo-Roman styles that we say. Okay, so what are these? if you see people like Edwin Lutyens and Herbert Baker, okay, very famous in Delhi. You'll see totally in Delhi there is an area planned by Mr. Luton, and it is called Luton Delhi also. There you will see guys that the display, uh, it is not very serenic, if you want to say in that way. You'll see the use of the upturned dome also, and this upturned dome basically had no specific feature into the building, okay, it had no specific feature but it was built. And along with that you will see the development of railway station, the courthouses, the universities, municipal buildings and all. And along with Edwin Lutyens you will see Herbert Baker also. Post independence modern architecture, 1947 when we get independent. After that also you will see the influence of these Europeans will continue to be there, and a very big example of that we will see that Lake Corbusier and Chandigarh. Okay, this Chandigarh, which was a planned city, one of the very first planned city. This Le Corbusier was a French. Okay, he was a French architect, and it was a landmark project. But still, what we see at that time, we see that Indians are still very much influenced by the European architects. Okay, and the feature of that, if you want to see the first planned city in post independence, you have the joining with the wide roads, sector based layouts, use of raw concrete, bristol soils for sun protection. Now some of the iconic buildings, if you want to see at that time, High Court, Secretariat and Legislative Assembly. Along with that, remember two very important points. One, the Pritzker Prize. This Pritzker Prize is also known as the Nobel of Architecture. Okay, so when you are reading about the architect and the architecture, you must know the Nobel of Architecture is the Pritzker Prize. And this Pritzker Prize, this gentleman known as Laurie Becker, he was nominated for this Pritzker Prize. He was also known as the architect of the poor, and very famous for mass housing concept built in Kerala. Okay, so always remember that Laurie Becker, the architect of the poor. Chandigarh High Court here you can see. And let's talk about Charles Correa, known for integration traditional Indian architect with modern design. Okay, his features were open courtyards, climate sensitivity and low cost housing. Gandhi Smarak Satyagraha in Ahmedabad, one of his contribution, Jawahar Kala Kendra in Jaipur, and then Kanchenjunga apartments in Mumbai. These are the few very notable ones. Okay, and along with this, yes, Jawahar Kendra Jaipur you can see in very large, and Gandhi Smarak Sangrahalaya. Now, Balkrishna V. Doshi, disciple of Le Corbusier and Louis Kahn. Okay, focus on low income housing, urban planning and educational institutions. A few of the notable key works are Aranya housing project in Indore, CPT University of Ahmedabad and Ahmedabad Ni Gufa. That's the underground art gallery. Okay, so this is the Aranya housing project that you can see over here, and this is the CPT University of Ahmedabad. Now, Achyut Kanvinde and Raj Reval. Kanvinde introduced brutalist forms and functionality first design. Okay, that's contributed to him. And Reval integrated modernism with traditional elements like jalis and courtyards. Okay, Hall of Nations Delhi by Reval, and IIT Kanpur building by Kanvinde is famous. You can see in the pic over here. Okay, characteristics of modern Indian architecture. What were the important characteristics? Use of modern material has started, that we have already seen, like concrete, steel, glass. Functional design, that is form follows function. Climatic sensitivity, courtyards, jalis, sunsets are used, and incorporation of tradition like temples, domes, symbols, vernacular techniques, etc. are used. Urban planning focus, satellite towns, planned cities, mass housing. Okay, these are some of the very beautiful examples you can see over here. Okay, so guys, with this, let's see institution and education in modern architectures. What are those? Establishment of key architecture schools, a school of planning and architecture, that is the SPA or the SPA, and the CPT University, the beautiful building of CPT we have already seen. Encouragement of research, experimentation and contextual design. Okay, So legacy and contemporary influences we have already seen. Continued inspiration from the works of Doshi and Korea and others for young architects. Okay. So with that we have seen what are the challenges and the criticism neglect of traditional crafts in early modernist phase that we have seen. We have not continued with our tradition, rather we have always tried to take examples from the Europeans or the foreigners. Mass housing often criticized for being impersonal, and recent demolition for example Hall of Nation raised concern about the preservation of modern heritage. Okay, so this you can see this demolitions that took place of the Hall of Nations. Let's see some of the questions if we can solve it for the context of the exams coming up. Who was the chief architect of Chandigarh, India's first planned city after independence? We have seen this again and again. We have to also discuss that after independence we were again depending on the Europeans. And what is the right answer? The right answer is Le Corbusier. Okay, so a Swiss French architect. You can see that. Which architectural style is a blend of Islamic, Hindu and Gothic style used during the British Raj? Okay, obviously it is what? It is Indo-Saracenic. Okay, Indo-Saracenic also combined the Indian, that is the Hindu and Islam, and you also have the European Gothic and Neoclassical architecture. Guys, try answering this question by pausing the video and answering in the comment, and then you can check it. And for the detailed explanation you can pause the video and see the detailed explanation. Which Indian architect is known for combining traditional Indian elements with modern architectural principles? Again we have seen this, and the answer is Charles Correa, celebrated for incorporating traditional Indian features like courtyards, verandas and local materials into modern design. Okay, now next question, what is the primary material used in brutalist architecture prominently seen in early Indian modern buildings? And what is that? Exposed concrete. Yes guys, exposed concrete is something which is the example of that. Kavinde and Revel has shown us that. Which of the following buildings was designed by BV Doshi and won international acclaim for low cost urban housing? And what is the right answer? Well, the right answer is Aranya Housing Project. Aranya Housing Project in Indore, designed by BV Doshi, provides affordable housing to over 80,000 people. It is globally recognized for its participatory design and sustainable urban planning. Okay guys, so with that we have come to the end of this video where we have discussed the modern architecture. We'll continue this series, and we'll start seeing some of the paintings, and we'll see the dances and the other art and culture, and till we get completed with the art and culture series. And before we go, again a quite quick reminder to all of you guys, for one-on-one live mentorship by Deepika ma'am. I'm not only TSPSC, for UPSC exam also we are running the batches for a PPSC exam also. So you can call on the numbers given below and discuss. With that guys, you take good care of yourself and keep preparing for success.